Hi, I'm Delia from Delia Creates, and welcome to my Crochet Basics series. Today we're going to learn how to half double crochet and then make this super simple beanie. If you are brand new to crochet or if you need a refresher, be sure to check out my previous lessons. I dive into the very basics, so how to hold your hook, how to choose your yarn and hook sizes, and how to do other basic stitches. Go to deliacreates.com to check it out. If you caught my last lesson about double crocheting, half double crocheting is going to be a breeze for you. It is so simple that I'm going to throw in a little bit extra, and I'm going to teach you how to crochet in the front loops only to create this nice bumpy texture. For this project, we are using an I9 or 5.5 millimeter hook and worsted weight yarn. To begin, chain 37. This determines how tall the hat is, not the circumference of the hat. 37 chains is the amount you need for an adult medium beanie with room for cuffing. Now we're ready to work a row of half double crochet stitches. Yarn over and insert your hook under 2 loops in the 3rd chain from the hook. Yarn over again and pull it through the chain so that you have 3 loops on your hook. This is just like double crochet, but instead of pulling through 2 loops, yarning over and pulling through 2 loops again, all you do is yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Let's do that again. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull through so you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Continue to work half double crochet stitches in each chain down the row. You should end up with a total of 36 stitches, including the chain 2 at the beginning of the row. Once you have finished a row of half double crochet stitches, turn your work and chain 2. Now we are going to work half double crochet stitches, but we're going to start working in front loops only. As you can see, there are 2 loops on the top of the stitches from the previous row that create a braided texture, and there's a loop underneath them called the 3rd loop. We usually work under both top loops, but this time we are only going to work under the loop closest to us, which is called the front loop. The one farthest away is the back loop. And remember, to keep the sides even, work your first half double crochet in the first stitch from the chain 2. Don't skip any. There's one instance where we are not going to work in the front loop, and that's at the end of the row. Instead, work in the side of the last stitch to help give your work a nice squared off look. For the next row, we're going to do exactly the same thing. Turn, chain 2, and work in the front loops again, or the loops closest to you, which were the back loops in the previous row. We want the texture to show up on both sides, so we'll keep working in the front loops even when we turn our work. You'll notice that a texture has already started to emerge as the back loops and 3rd loops have been pushed outward. Be sure to find the front loop from the braided texture at the top, which has been pushed slightly back. This is another reminder to work a regular half double crochet stitch in the side of the last stitch. I like to insert my hook under 2 loops so that there are no gaping holes. Now continue to work rows of half double crochet stitches in the front loops for a total of 38 rows. The goal is to create one big rectangle. This pattern is for an adult medium beanie, but you can customize it to fit any size head. Simply work enough rows to fit around the head of the person who will be wearing it. Once you have the number of rows you need, lay your rectangle out flat and fold it in half with short ends together. You'll seam the rectangle into a loop with slip stitches along the short ends. To slip stitch, simply insert your hook through both layers, yarn over, and pull through the stitches and the loop on your hook in one move. Continue to slip stitch all the way down the side. If you need a more detailed refresher on how to work a slip stitch, revisit my previous double crochet lesson. Now we're going to gather one side of the loop we have created to cinch it into a hat. Tie off the end, leaving a nice long tail. About 2 feet should be plenty. Thread the long tail end onto a yarn or tapestry needle, and then sew a running stitch around the opening of the top of the hat, pulling it tight as you go. When the opening is essentially closed up, sew straight across the gathered end back and forth in different directions several times, and then tie a square knot, ideally with the other tail from when you first started chaining, if it's at the same end as your long tail. If not, knot the long tail to itself. Cut your long tail to about 8 inches and weave in any loose tails. I like to weave the tails in until they are secure enough, pull it tight, then trim away the excess. When I stretch the hat back out, it further hides the ends. Turn the hat right side out, and that's all there is to it. You can leave the hat uncuffed for a slouchy look or cuff it for a more fitted look. If you want to add a removable palm, I have a quick, easy video tutorial for that on my site, deliacreates.com, and on Instagram. I'm at deliacreates over there. As you can see, the seam is not too noticeable, but I like to position it toward the back of my head when I wear it. And that's it! Using just half double crochet stitches, you can create a functional, beautiful beanie. For more tutorials or for the next lesson in this series, go to my website, deliacreates.com.